Yeah, thank you very much. We're going to see it very quickly as we're already into the action. Thanks, Jason. This is the same map pool we saw, with the exception of Nuke. And obviously, Gambit has had the last 3 series go in their favor.
Oh, yeah, they have. This is going to be a good one. And we mentioned it earlier. We might end up seeing this matchup 3 times in this event. This is number 2. At the moment, Hobbit looking for a flank. He's way, way back towards long A. Oh, a flashbang comes in. Inters is going to cross with the bomb. And there is a player on catwalk, Electronic. Going to try and land a headshot. Nade coming in from Perfecto, but a post plant is on the cards.
And the last series was Inferno first, Dust2 second, Mirage third. That was just 2 days ago. So this is just a slightly different order as Hobbit will take out Bit. Electronic to get inters, but Hobbit and NAVI will close the round, and Gambit start off with a 1-0 lead. See if they can convert that and carry it on. And like I say, the last 3 series between these 2 teams have gone Gambit's way. 2-1, 2-0, and 2-1. Before that, NAVI was at least able to beat them out in the Epic League CIS 2021 final.
They meet so much recently.
And then they 3-0'd them before that at DreamHack. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. They just meet so much. It's got to be so exhausting if you're one of these 2 teams and you're like, here we go again. Another match versus NAVI, another match versus Gambit. Because you've already prepped for them so many times. Good shot from Simple to open things up from the CT doors all the way up towards T-spawn. He's got a headshot onto Shiro. Hobbit's going to sneak up catwalk. There's a gap here as Electronic has just rotated towards mid.
So Bit gets NAVI. That'll be much to your delight, Jason, as the Bit watch will be back on. Call him the, or I guess you've dubbed him, the second half player. So getting rolling early. Saw at some points in that match against Gambit, 2 days ago, excuse me. I was going to say yesterday again, but he actually had, I think, 5 kills at half. So 3, in fact, on one particular map, and still was near the top at the end of it as Hobbit able to get a shot back on, or into him rather, from Simple, and NAVI already responding. Bombs planted, it's 4-on-2, so the bomb down for Gambit is still going to bode well in this situation as they try and rotate back over. A boost for the smoke. Electronic sees above it from catwalk, but Axile able to get one back. Simple with the jumping no-scope scout, as only Simple can do, will give NAVI round number 2.
Yeah, and Exile even had the read on that. He knew that the one player behind smoke was going to be held at bay for a moment, so he wanted to get the kill or at least take a fight to force his hand to come through that smoke, which would have been really his only chance that he could have had. That's a tough scenario to be put into, but good shooting from NAVI early on. There's not just this, but the Deagle shot out towards long. That was Bit, I believe, to give them a 2-man advantage. So we're all tied up. A reversal of fortunes in the second round, and it's NAVI with the rifles and out to the hot start. Even Simple picking up an AWP in round number 3.
Shiro trying to catch the cross. No one to be spotted this time. Simple still gonna wait. Electronics still holds as well on top of catwalk. Gets ready for the drop position. NAVI with a lovely little glitch smoke that'll allow Xbox to be covered off without having to land up on top of it directly, so they won't be able to see onto catwalk from that on the other side of the mid doors. But naturally, there's a counter Molotov from the CTs to control the catwalk position. It's Simple, Boomich, and Electronic all there. Electronic has to be careful. Drops off the angle as he gets dinked up and tagged down to 9 HP. Simple's come back out, though, again through the smoke and through the edge of the wall to find Shiro. So he's starting off in a great fashion. That early damage to Electronic is leveled out by the fact that Shiro's gone and Hobbit's down to 28, so NAVI looking to control and contain this round. 50 seconds, Bomb still waits on catwalk, and a chance to try to execute toward the A site, but keep in mind, Simple has supports. It's going to be support at best by the way of a flash from Electronic. Anything going his way would take him down, but they don't have a lot to throw other than 2 smokes that they've not yet used, oddly enough, to even go for the wide peak, and that lets Simple just have a shooting gallery. Oh, he unscopes at the wrong time, but Bit and Electronic will close the round instead.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Simple's having a field day. If you're not going to block him off, that's a great sequence from him. 3 kills on the round, well played, and Gambit gets stopped cold. They get control of catwalk, but no access from there. 2-1, and that's a powerful NAVI victory. That's going to allow them to settle down really early on in this game. There's no economic jockeying back and forth for the first 5-6 rounds like we've seen previously. This is just going to be straight up. Navi's got the money. They've got the funds building up already. And especially a round of Gambit bringing 5 Glocks into action should just be able to be Navi to build up that bank even further. So, I mean, if you're Navi, this is best case scenario for a start, especially after losing the pistol.
So Electronic again in that same position on the catwalk. But it's looking like a mid to B split. Bit trying to spot that through the doors, knowing that there's no one in CT to help him with that position. But Simpleback and Goose could rotate and drop down. He's going to try and do that now. And Electronic's position's perfect for this as well, as Perfecto just sprays down 3, walking in for the tunnels. Bit closes out the round. Perfecto was lost, but not without good cause, good reason. And that's the other advantage of that Electronic position, is even though we look at it to be a cat position, Jason, you can drop so quickly and cover off CT as well.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of support, a lot of different options depending on what's coming at your team. Bit had one job. That was to actually, I think he just assumed Electronic would have anyone coming from mid, but NAVI was able to slip by. So 1 kill does come out onto Perfecto after that sequence. Guns back in the hands of Gambit. And for the moment, content to take really, really quick control of Xbox and Lower Dark, but Simple's on catwalk with that AWP off angle for him.
Doesn't spot anything there yet, though, and he'll fall off of it. So Shiro waiting at top of middle. With the bomb and the AWP and a smoke down. Is hoping that as that fades and dissolves, if Bit's baited into a fight, maybe he can get a shot in that direction, and they'll get the advantage. They'll get the opening pick, as he's actually going to fall off Bit and go back over toward the B site instead. I do like this boost out of the dumpster at long boom. It's just going to have such a great off angle. And if he plays it far enough to the left side, you can actually drop down before being traded immediately and give yourself a chance for a repeak. But so far, he's playing a little bit further right. That gives him a deeper angle and a more of a chance to catch them off and get information.
This is a really, really quiet round. Neither team wanting to get in any kind of a fight. Nobody's taking damage. Just now, Gambit pulling the trigger on mid to B. Bit's going to have to drop a Molotov in towards B tunnels. That allows them to fight towards mid. He's got the first kill. Perfecto gets 2 as well, and he'll vacate the bomb site. It's a 4-on-2 retake.
4-on-2 retake. As Hobbit was only able to get 1, Inter's going to try and cross over quickly, and does manage to do so as Shiro fires back. Now remember, he's the one with the AWP and the one with the bomb, and Perfecto goes straight in. They never anticipated them to be so aggressive, and Perfecto wants his damn bomb site back. He'll get 2, and NAVI find round 4.
Yeah, that is a really good round from Perfecto and Bit. The Molotov to hold off the B Halls portion of the attack. Both of them combined for all 3 kills out mid. Even with Bit dying, Perfecto plays it spectacularly. These 2 kills, waiting for the flashbang and coming in when he's least suspected. This is a good start as well for the young man. 7-2 for Perfecto against Gambit.
I mean, and it's going to start to sting because he's locking out B so effectively that Gambit might have to give up on it soon if they can't figure this out. Doubt they'll give up entirely, but it certainly means they're going to have to put a lot more effort into it. Can't just walk in and get plants as you'd hope to do on B and force them out of the site. Even when they did that time, brilliantly, he walks back through the doors. So pistols again with the sole and only M4 picked up by NAVI, having taken that and pried it from Boomich's dead hands.
Perfecto's going to get called on again, Matt. And the hard part is if they don't execute this hold at the bomb site perfectly or this hold at the split perfectly, Bit's got an AWP. Going to be hard for him to get back in. That's going to be a signal that at least 1 player is outside of the bomb site.
And now they know. Bit, as he's out there and spotted from middle, they know they have to put someone back at least to the doors. They're not going to do it, so they're actually playing, like you say, to shut this split down and almost a retake game, but it's a dangerous gamble to take against these Deagles. Smoke out on the mouth was thrown late. Perfecto, I think, is going to try and get position in window instead to at least get something done, as they're all going to come in this direction. No one's splitting mid anymore. Nade and oh no, he's misthrown it. It would have done damage. It would have done so much damage as they don't have armor. And Perfecto only gets one this time before going down, and it's bit for one as well on the AWP, but he's removed by the king of the multi-kill himself, Exile, and brings it down to a 2-on-2. So a good round either way from Gambit to take guns out of the hands of Navi, but it's all on Hobbit, who's late to rotate back through as he was trying to hold middle and catch off the rotations. Now he's just got to get kills. He's done that on the Simple, but he has 10 seconds to find the second player, and as he picks up a gun, unfortunately, he's not anticipated him to be on the site.
Real costly, and that's a good glimpse of how dangerous the Deagles can be. Not even really utility for the Gambit side, but they knew there was just one little piece of weakness. The defense playing outside of the site. Good job from Perfecto getting what he could done. Same with Bit, even with some missed opportunities. The big play came from Electronic. When they spot Hobbit middle, he realizes he's got a one-on-one inside the bomb site and takes advantage of it and then finds good position. 5-1 for Navi. Starting out pretty good. Molotov to slow down any kind of fast play up Xbox. That's going to keep Hobbit out into the open just for a couple seconds.
Nade deep inside of the lower tunnels, but no one there to receive that either. That nade might have been a significant changer had Perfecto not clipped the edge of the window with it. And Simple, this position's decent because even if he gets spotted, if he gets the kill, goes to the drop down, he'll bait the shot into exactly that. Electronic, you love it. The 1-2 punch. Sneak him in the left and then hit him with the right, Jason.
Also kind of using their own Molotov against him. Good kill from Bit. That's going to allow Navi to keep their focus at the A bomb site. Simple was starting to rotate towards mid. Pretty committed now, but Electronic easily behind the smoke grabs Inters. Gambit getting demolished in the early stages of Dust2, at least in these first 7 rounds.
Shiro and Exile to hold this out or get it back together. Shiro, AWP to get Simple, and no response from Exile on that as there's 43 seconds. They're actually going to go together. Try and let Shiro's op open up the site and then be able to be traded as he sees the CTs trying to get position back on Catwalk. Good shot on the first of Electronic. He knows that Boomich was up close. At least Exile's there to get the trade, but my God, Shiro almost had them both as it's a 1-on-2 and Bomb to play with 26 seconds both outside of the A site. And it will inevitably be planted. That gives Exile a massive opportunity in this. And he'll go toward Goose because he doesn't have an idea of where they want to gander. And in they come as Bit and Perfecto. Slowly trying to work this from two opposing angles. Sure, they're both to Exile's right, but one's at the bottom of the ramp at CT. As Bit's still hesitant to work through from Catwalk, and a kit for Perfecto. They've got to start going. He'll get to elevator. No kill from Exile, importantly on the first one, because the damage was done, and that allowed inevitably a trade. Even if Bit goes down there, you could see Perfecto was already wrapping in behind him.
Yeah, that was risky splitting up. Exile almost able to get a clean shot on Bit coming off Cat. Double up salvaged by Navi. And Gambit, this is what part of what makes them so dangerous. That's what a 2-on-5 that they bring into a 1-on-2. That's not bad, especially getting the plant in those kinds of conditions as well. Navi almost letting one slip. AWP is passed over to Shiro, and a tactical pause is taken by Gambit as they want to talk things over. Looking to get on the board for the first time since the pistol round. 1 kill on Inters at the moment.
And going back to that last series, just 2 days ago, Gambit did win Dust2 16-13. They actually lost on Mirage. And this time, Gambit picked Dust2 and Navi pick Inferno. So again, we've got same maps, different order. They touched on it on the desk. But Gambit obviously, having picked Dust2, certainly didn't want to find themselves in this position. Fast to take the B tunnels, but Shiro still waits with the bomb at T-spawn. Electronic again to play on that same position. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Jason. They're going to stick with a pretty similar setup again.
Yeah, you'll see
exception being that Boomich is not quite out toward long.
Yeah, that's correct. He's holding there, and even Simple. Utility, they wanted to set up Electronic. Now the question is, now that that's been busted, Electronic's been forced off. Where do they reconvene? because they're in no man's land. They're between a catwalk hold and a long hold. And again, it's a mid to B split. Nobody's here. Electronic doesn't have vision. Perfecto's just spotted a gun barrel. This is going to be a tough hold. Flashbang out, and there's the opening kill.
Opener and a follow-up act by Bit, as he not only got the flash in position, but finds Exile himself from the backside of the platform at B. Perfecto gets one also on the board, and Perfecto therefore has 2 in the round, as it's all Inters left alive. 30 seconds, and I don't think he's alive for much longer. Simple trying to slide out and get the shot. Careful, lads. Let's not lose too many guns as we find ourselves in a 7-1 scoreline.
Pretty clean 7-1 as well. Last couple rounds, there have been a few sketchy moments, but, I mean, Navi's mostly been able to handle it. That's got to be so nice for Navi. Early on, in the first stages of this game, you have now stopped 2 mid to B splits, at least 2, maybe even 3. And you've shown that strategy that you can handle it, that Perfecto and Bit are up to the task. So now if you're Gambit, the prospect is going at Simple with the AWP Electronic as well over towards A. And they've even shown you some good looks as well. So pretty standard opening. Bit with the second AWP is going to get a glimpse. No, NAVI is going to go for the pin smoke real quick. That's going to force Simple to back off catwalk, although Bit's got one anyways underneath the smoke.
Inters gets dropped by the AWP. Boomich still trying to contest it long right now with the deep smoke. He's trying to get that information. They'll work their way back in through the long position as well. Boomich is ready. This time on top of the dumpster. He's able to get 2, and he'll fall left side. Bomb down. Smoke. No, excuse me. Grenade. He's already used his defensive utility, so he'll hold. Does have one more smoke to work with, but he's going to hold and just take the fight instead as he gets NAVI down. Hobbit left at a 1-on-5, and man, oh man, Jason, the kills just aren't coming for Gambit at this point in time. 5 is the most. That's for Hobbit at this point. And you go over the last 2 rounds alone, they've only found 1, so that in itself is enough to build up economy.
Yeah, Navi is going to be feeling real flush with cash at the moment. This is great. A full team effort out of Navi as well. Simple's only at 6 kills. Bit's got 10, Perfecto's got 11. Those are the 2 players primarily putting a stop to the mid-B. And the 3rd player, Electronic, who cheats over to CT spawn to assist in those, is at 14 kills. That side of the map is playing excellent, and Simple and Boomich just solidly doing their job. 8-1 lead for Navi.
Eight to 1, and we'll get back into it again. Exile out toward the long position again to early flash and contest against Boomich. Not quite. He's going to sit back. Thought he might go all the way through with it. Meanwhile, Simple has NAVI down on catwalk again with an aggressive AWP position. Perfecto therefore holding middle, knowing that there's likely going to be further players in that position. But again, the good Xbox smoke means he won't be able to see it. And Electronic goes back to where he's played so many times with Simple to back him up as well. So even if he gets one and falls, Simple's there with the AWP at Goose. It's a good bait and switch position.
Ooh, it's not going to spread. Electronic's able to just chill there for the moment. Flashbang going to be called for any second there. Oh, he peeks ahead of it. Not even a flashbang put out. Simple AWP around the smoke. Oh no. A little bit of hubris, and there goes Boomich, and Simple's in an impossible scenario. And Gambit finally break into a bomb site, into the A bomb site. Get a plant and a round win as Bit and Perfecto must save.
Yeah, that's a brilliant strike on the A site, you have to say. I mean, Simple, yes, he misses the shot on Shiro, but Shiro before the flash. Electronic couldn't do anything to shut that down, and Boomich loses his duel. So finally, Gambit gets some kills to go along with their plan. Simple hits that shot on Shiro, and I think he's still in a world of trouble considering they lost long, but didn't have any chance at all, as you say. 8-2. Gambit keep 4 alive as well, which is important.
Yeah, it really
with the AWP in Shiro's hands, we need to see him open this game up again.
Yeah, that would be nice to see him get on top of things. I mean, it would be nice for all of them, though. This has been a team struggle in these past 10 rounds. only getting 2 on the board. Thankfully for Navi, they've got so much money. You touched on it. 1 player dying in the previous 2 rounds combined. 4 players over $10,000 going into this next round, so they're all good. But for Gambit, that's got to be a starting point. That's the first step. Now it's about building upon it. Yeah, I'm surprised to see that peak. Simple's got 2 flashbangs from Goose. I was surprised they didn't set that up. Toss a flashbang over and have Electronic take that kind of a peek.
Flash down and inside of the smoke. Electronic is the one that's waiting on the other side of middle as Boomich continues to be aggressive at long. So despite losing that duel in the last round, he goes right back to business. Not intimidated by any stretch of means. He has Bit to support him this time as well, so that is your change up. And look how far Boomich wants to go forward. Inside cave, first door, shadow position. Huge shadow advantage in that position. And even though he was there, they'll pull him back. So Bit's AWP, they're happier to leave that at long to hold cave. And if he's able to survive, that means he's going to have a great post plant set up as well for the retake on A, should they even get that far, as Boomich and Simple, the second AWP in Simple's hands, will try and hold it off. But happening against Boomich, Simple to respond with 1, goes out for more. This time he won't miss the edge of the smoke, and Hobbit goes down at Gandalf's door. As it's Bit to get Exile back, and Shiro and Inter's left alone, flashed off. Simple rotates back around toward the ramp as he's able to get out of dodge. Dodging any utility thrown to take away that remaining 22 HP. Watch down below in CT as well as Electronic continues to try and get closer and closer, and they will pinch in and hold out Gambit once again. Inter's rather. Does eventually dodge a bullet, but gets traded by Bit. And I mentioned it, if they weren't going to take long, that second op was in such a powerful position. It's a round for Navi, 9-2.
Yeah, Bit gets the fortune, that player lurking into the cave to try and take long, no nade, so that angle is just absolutely perfect. And that's a good switch up. They've already seen Simple over towards Catwalk. He's thinking the second op will be at the B bomb site where it's been for all of this half. So that's a good change for Navi to fool and confuse the Gambit attack. And they're back to their winning ways, 9-2. Gambit don't get to take a second round in a row. It's just been the previous round and the pistol. Perfecto's tagged on the cross, but not the biggest deal. Down to 31 HP. And this seems to be
it's not the biggest deal, but go ahead. I was just going to say, because he's been so good at B, obviously he's been taking those duels. They haven't gone there as much lately, but feel free to carry on, Jason.
I was going to build on that as well, because they've moved Bit out of the B bomb site. Again, he's towards long. So one AWP at long, 1 AWP at Catwalk. And Boomich has moved in. Bit baits the shot, so they think the defense isn't the player inside of the cave. But yeah, obviously feeling real comfortable at B, sending Perfecto and Electronic there.
And that's obviously the adaptation to the fact that they lost. The only round that they have lost since Guns have really stabilized was on A. Bit back toward middle this time as they continue to try and rotate him around and find out exactly what Gambit are up to. All 5 Gambit players in mid currently. Inters will go through mid doors. Bit's double smoked, but he's forward of it. Flash won't even help Inters stay alive. He gets dropped immediately, and back toward Catwalk the remaining players shall go, with the exception of Exile, who wants to work out and try and take Boomich. Simple's got the first shot. Able to control from Cars so long is in their hands, and it is now, because Boomich has the kill, and this should be again straightforward as they are just getting locked on the Catwalk time and time again. Even if they get forward to the platform, Navi already has such great position as Bit takes out Shiro. Hobbits pretty much gonna die in the exact same spot that he did last round, as Bit will confirm it.
These rounds are so convincing as well that Navi is winning. Holy hell, 5 people survive again. This is disgusting. And part of it's the double up. The other part of it is just the fact that Navi is winning all the initial engagements. This has been phenomenal from them. They have so many things available to them. And Gambit aren't making any progress into these sites. Ooh, 10-2. Gambit may be outplaying themselves in the veto, picking Dust2.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Like I said, they won this 16-13 just 2 days ago in the group stages. But picking it early, and NAVI is on fire to start this game. 10-2.
I mean, all you need to know, Matt, about how dominant this has been is this is the 4th timeout by Gambit taken already in this game. We're only going into round 13. They've taken all 4 timeouts before the end of the first half. We've still got 3 rounds to play. They're shook. They're trying to find anything at this point.
Highest amount of kills, Hobbit with 6. Everyone else on the team has 4. Lowest in the servers, actually, interestingly enough, still Boomich on just 3.
They haven't really gone long at him.
Yeah.
He's usually outside of the, I mean, the only kills that have come at long is when Bit's been there with the AWP to pick up the lurker towards the end. Other than that, like, Boomich hasn't seen any action. They've gone mid to B a couple times and gotten dropped. They've gone catwalk a few times and gotten destroyed. So, poor Boomich. Although, you know, this is one of those games where, yeah, you only have 3 kills, but you're having fun.
Oh, it's great. Gonna be loving life. Yeah, everyone else has double digits. Just to contextualize that further, Jason, like you say, Boomich is just the one that's not seeing the action. So Shiro this time waiting along with the AWP to see if they continue to put that aggression, to see if they continue to peek through the A cave. That's just being an optimist, trying to shut down Navi's play and hoping that a kill walks your direction. But the rest of the team this time with a bit more of a stance in the B tunnels early on as we begin the battle with Electronic falling down, and look what it does. It's Bit this time that's on the A side of the AWP, and as soon as they chase Electronic, that's what the AWP has been waiting for, and they get the kill. Navi's got a perfect setup for what Gambit's throwing at them up the catwalk. As Perfecto again in B, this time only able to get 1, will give up the site. Boomich the next in line, rotating him off A this time, so they've completely changed the setup and the positions for the CTs. And Boomich wants action, perhaps, as he wants to get flashed in. He is in. He spots 1 inside of the smoke, going toward the doors, but Hobbit is able to get an angle on him before he can finish the spray, and that again is going to secure more room inside of the site for Gambit as they double the smoke on the door as well and make things more awkward for Navi trying to get back in. And what's the call from Navi going to be? They can certainly afford to pursue. They've got money on everyone, and they're going to wait for a bit of utility to first dissipate from the defensive side of this bomb plant and then use theirs offensively to try and get back in. Simple, does he go for a crazy jump around the corner? You get a double op and an AK on this retake. Maybe just try and take guns down. Try to hold out the economy, but never mind that. Simple has walked through. Electronic gets Shiro, and it's all on Hobbit. Back at the site. Same angle again, but Electronic's not going to let him re-peek it and control it. He'll get, and Navi fun.
They almost double up, but Electronic is a god. 17-4. The entrance from Simple is great onto the planter. It's Electronic who's holding down Shiro's peak. If Electronic doesn't get that kill, Shiro's able to play whack-a-mole with an AWP, and that is no fun. What an important kill on the entrance. Obviously the completion as well. 11-2. This was Gambit's best chance in a long time, and it gets ripped out of their hands.
Ripped out of their hands. But aggressive this time. They try and force it back in, and look who's that long. It's Simple and Boomich to completely shut it down. Good read. Navi is everywhere. They're everywhere Gambit want to be. Although Hobbit's got ideas. Might get something started in this round, Jason.
Yeah, well, they're spread now on the defense. This is a chance here again. Ooh, and Perfecto gets caught. Flashbang better be great, but they're going to be able to turn from it. They see it coming. He wants that third player. He's got it. They wrap around him, turn it into a 2-on-2, and Boomich is low, so Simple has a lot of work to do, and he might go for a shot before Boomich even arrives. He might be willing to get a little bit frisky.
Well, the shoulder check at doors should confirm that both players are deep inside of the site still, because no one peeking from closet or the tunnels. They'll know that platform is very likely, so a flash in. Boomich only with that 13 HP. Needs to hit a wonder shot on the M4. The Simple does it for him. Now they can try and pinch it out as Inters this time has to clutch from the back of the site, and it's on to Boomich. He's got 1 kill in this round, but Inters has 2, and 2 will do to give Navi, or excuse me, rather Gambit their 3rd round.
Yeah, that's tough for Boomich. Low HP. Once Simple goes down, he's got a real tough task. That's a very difficult clutch to win with the M4 as well. Nicely done from Gambit, finally getting a 3rd onto the board. That's crazy, but good job getting that defense to spread thin, finding that B bomb site where Perfecto's the only remaining defender. Still, it's nothing to be too happy about, and Navi's right back into a double off setup.
Ooh, Bit. Missed shot, nearly cost him his life. NAVI down to 37 on the exchange, but Bit sits with 8. He's an 8-bit player, Jason.
Well, get this. Gambit's only won 3 opening battles. They've only won 3 opening duels, and they have 3 rounds on the board. Outside of that, it's been all Navi to get those first kills. These ops have been doing such great work. And for a team like Gambit that's so good at it, I mean, you kind of make sense. They're so good at finding gaps in defenses and being aggressive in places you don't expect. But you need to create those gaps by finding some opening kills once in a while and forcing some rotations, and they're not doing it. And having difficulty having success off the back of it. Perfecto, again, the sole B player for the moment, just like last round. But Simple and Electronic have a lean towards mid.
Perfecto, defensive incendiary, knowing that the Electronic play is behind him and in position to cover off tunnels. He just wants to delay the take, and Electronic with the kill is executed that setup perfectly. Simple was even there to support, and he's on back around. He's going to find more as he gets NAVI down. It's Boomich to close out the round, the half. And get a few more kills on the board for him, but 18 to lead the way for Electronic. And how good was Perfecto at the start of the half?
How good were the Perfecto and Bit really set the tone for this match. Those early defenses of the mid to B splits was some god tier stuff out of those two guys. Well done. And even that last round couldn't have gone more perfect. Just Perfecto dropping a Molotov, ruining the entire strategy. But these ops, man, Simple and Bit with the AWPs, that was beautiful. Opening kill after opening kill. And yeah, you got to be happy if you're Simple. 12-3 half. And we'll see what Gambit can do now, switching over to the defensive side, if they've got any life in this Dust2 map.
Electronic with the backwards bunny hop, trying to avoid flashes and still make a play. He's just a buffoon. As NAVI waits for his presence on Catwalk, he won't go all the way around the corner, but just wanted to make sure that there's going to be no pistol boost from the CTs. Not uncommon that we do see that strategy. Enters, aware that middle might be a problem, backs away inside of B to fortify the site, and hopefully Shiro would have been able to get an angle and push out from CT, but a smoke down in his face. Enters is gone. The site is open. And Shiro finally gets one more kill on the board to make it a 3-on-3 as he spammed at the door. I mistakenly thought he actually got a kill there on the kill feed, but NAVI now waits at the window. Bomb to be planted, and he'll go straight in. Oh my goodness. Bit had to be so careful on that. Simple was planting. Got him instead. Electronic was slow to react, but in the end, all the kills go the way of NAVI, and they'll survive the pistol with a 13-3 scoreline. They're looking pretty good on Dust2.
Yeah, Electronic's thinking Bit was gonna be able to handle the window with no problems, but I don't think Bit expected that retake to come in so quick. I think he at least expected the bomb to get planted. So one almost slips by him. Almost slips past the goalie to bring it into hockey terms for you, Matthew. 13-3.
Nice, nice.
Guess
Bit
that
of a
could
save,
be
is he?
soccer as well.
Well, not if you're Switzerland against Mbappe.
Ooh.
Bit gets 2 in a spray down. Inters and Hobbit are gone, and Axel finally gets one back with his deagle, but then Perfecto and Simple and Perfecto alone to get NAVI, although one more was in that. Shiro quick on the case will take down Simple. This is getting costly. It's still a 1-on-2. Bomb's down, and it's thankfully inside of the cave and not spotted by Shiro, but he has an indication, an inclination rather, that there is a player still toward the dumpster, and Perfecto now engages in the action, but just wants to buy some time because the flank is coming in, and Electronic does get the kill, but it goes to a 1-on-1, albeit briefly.
That's calm and collected during that long take, though, from NAVI. That was really nice. I mean, even just getting out and being more than happy to continue to take those fights. Nobody's panicking. Still just calling out for the support of utility to keep streaming flashbangs over in succession and peek with them afterwards. So Gambit, they got real aggressive at that corner. They wanted to take that fight, and I think that's what we're going to see out of them for the rest of this half, is it's got to just be, let's just win the fights that are in front of us when we have them available, and they're going to buy again into this round. It's such a deficit, you can't blame them. Deagles and Famas. Electronic wants that kill, and NAVI's lucky to get away. Electronic realizes he's almost in danger from Catwalk and backs into safety.
Backs into safety indeed. Electronic wants to go toward the catwalk, but unaware that Shiro has an off angle, and without an AWP, he's happy to use the FAMAS. And happy to give Gambit a lead. But this far down 14-3. It would only just be consolation. Still not an overtime point. I've seen bigger comebacks. We all have. Anyone watching certainly has. As Hobbit will take out Boomich. It's on to Bit and Perfecto with the smoke down. Bit's able to at least transfer up, catch out Hobbit. They boost on the elevator. Perfecto's got that. And now he's got NAVI. Bit's going to close the round. NAVI shut them down immediately, despite that it looked almost doomed.
Again, just patience from NAVI, even in a desperate scenario, 2-on-4 at the railing. But if you try and force yourself into the bomb site too early, you're certainly going to lose that round. And they're just waiting and ready for every fight that's being thrown at them. The boost up gets exposed. Low HP on NAVI from earlier on in the round. And 15-3. NAVI, 12 chances to close out this map.
That's stupendous. That's foolish. That's anything you want to put on it. Now it's going to be a rush toward Hobbit, who catches out one, line up for two, switches over, can't do it. Bit gets his vision back and comes through the smoke to emerge victorious inside of the B site. Bomb will arrive there now, and look at the rotation. The cavalry is in position. As simple, I don't know if he actually did spot Shiro late, but knows that they've crossed over and will start to get in toward tunnels instead for the post plant on the AWP. And good thing he's got there when he did, because suddenly it's a 1-on-4. Gambit, trying to make amends with losing the last round, will win out this one, when again it was their turn not to, according to the economy. And simple, AWP backs off. We'll go 15-4.
Yeah. Good kills from Exile and Hobbit. They're going to need a lot more of this, though. NAVI going to get forced back for the moment, and no sweat. They still have, what, 11 chances. They've got quite the lead, so drop some guns over. And another buy coming in for NAVI, another chance for them to close this out. Still no AWP for the CT side. As you said, they've been fighting with scraps. And again, they have 2 FAMAS on board, which can't feel good, but at least with the Tech-9 and Deagle, that kind of evens things up.
Shiro gonna wait it out this time with the M4 at middle, so we still haven't seen him go onto his AWP. This round, maybe you could argue it would have been worth it to go against Simple, but they haven't had the economy built up yet. Molotov on the stairs. Thought the sponsor in Hobbit's name said Ligma, but it says Liga, just like all of them. So chat, calm down. As it is going to be a kill in favor of Hobbit as he sneaks out and actually gets away with 2 of them, but won't be able to retreat. Simple gets him instead, but that just cues Shiro into the equation, and Shiro plus Simple equals death for NAVI, as NAVI puts it down to just Perfecto remaining with the Deagle.
Yeah, that boost might have been a bit early. I believe they're going to try and run boost, to take control of Catwalk, and maybe just setting it up the wrong timing as the smoke faded, which gave Hobbit a nice, easy double kill. Perfecto looking for any damage he can do at the end, but the off's going to get in position. Ooh, a missed shot from Shiro. NAVI will finish it off instead. So, Gambit, not only do they get up to 5, but NAVI's certainly going to have to play conservative and take a step back with the money situation the way it is. In a round against pistols for Gambit, which I don't think they've had that benefit a whole lot today. Actually at all, outside of the actual pistol rounds.
Yeah. They've just been nonstop, relentless aggression and success in the first half.
Yeah, they've been rich since like round 4.
I'm rich. NAVI's going to try and add to that. Had the bank account with the MP9. Bit will make that possible, but Perfecto will remove him immediately after. And Perfecto switches to the Tech-9 from the P250 and hasn't elected to run forward and get the MP9. Instead, Electronic will pick that up in middle as he works down in that direction. And he picks up the Incendiary. I don't know if you caught that. That was just sitting on the floor as well. So, nice nade to go along with the 2 smokes that they have. Shiro spotting with the AWP and tags up Electronic, so the man with the MP9 is now slightly undone. Good shot that time. Electronic walks right into it. Shiro hears them all coming and turns around. He'll make no mistake on the second either. Bye-bye, Boomich. It's Perfecto and Simple. And Gambit at least going to get up to a 6th round in this game. Whether or not they go beyond that will yet to be determined, as money will start to come back the way of Na'Vi, this time by, as Hobbit will close out on Perfecto. Simple wants to just hit something special with the Deagle. Not going to go that far either.
I feel like at this point, with the lead that Na'Vi had at one point, what, like 15-3 when they got there to map point, like you can fall ass backwards into a map win if you're Na'Vi. Like at some point during the next 9 rounds, right? You'd expect them, even if it's just the most bogus luck you've ever seen in your life. Something's going to happen at least once to give them a shot at it. For Gambit, I'm just looking for people like Shiro to show like they're coming online towards the end. Exile as well. Hobbit's obviously been playing a great game. He's got 18 kills, but with this much of a lead, you're just saying, all right, Gambit, show us that you're going to be awake for map number 2. Show us that you're playing yourself into shape at such a desperate situation. And this B rush, it looked like it was real possible at delivering a knockout punch. No defenders inside the bomb site, but they get 3 kills from outside of the site. There goes Shiro. Simple's got 2, and he's left in a 1 versus 3, but he's got an ace as well.
He's got to try an ace with an AWP that he's picked up from Shiro, but flames at his feet will force him off. And bomb down in B. That's a tough ask. Running as well on Catwalk. He will... Yeah, okay, all right. He's just baiting it out. He knows what they're doing, as they'll be in CT and certainly hearing his positioning. Interesting position from Exile to back all the way off so that he can cover both Catwalk and middle, but knowing that the bomb is down in B. Simple now will work his way around to tunnels, taking the opposite side of the map for his approach, and it's being stared at. Hobbit's got his angle covered off. Simple's got the shot. Hang on, because now there's a rotation that has to go all the way around. 38 seconds. All he really needs, and Simple won't know this, is 1 kill, and he's expecting them to be much closer than that, so he may not go for it in the end, but he could have easily had a chance at it. If he hit enters, gets that bomb, Jason. All right, there's no crowd, well, Simple. Stop baiting.
Even if the Molly had forced someone out, if someone had cheekily just been in that corner as well. Now, he's saving the op and he's got armor. He'll be able to pick up some utility. It's $2,900 round loss bonus for Na'Vi. So I don't know how good of a buy it's going to be around this. Electronic and Bit are going to be just fine with rifles. So we might see, again, Perfecto and Boomich have to play around with Tech 9s or SMGs or upgraded Deagles. Other than that, the real strength there, the real power is Simple. Electronic's got 23 kills. Bit's got 22. Simple has 20 and Perfecto 18. And 15 to 7. Na'Vi still with 8 chances to close out this map.
Perfecto, long, NAVI blind. It didn't even matter that flash came up over the wall. He had the angle. And he gets Perfecto's number. Simple. Back toward the top side of middle with the AWP is looking to try and level this out by getting a kill. Gambit, you're right. Show that you're waking up. Show that you're ready for map number 2. Well, they're starting to do that now as they string successive rounds together for the first time all game. 4 of them, in fact. Shiro's got this position to cover. Double peek. No one hit. Falls off. Didn't even lag any of them. But NAVI, second op on the site. 1 op to bait in the other. I don't think I'd expect it.
Here we go. Full set piece. Molotov smokes, nades. Shiro blinded off the angle, but yeah, the 2 ops, you're really running the gauntlet this time around, and Shiro's not going to miss that. NAVI adds another, and it is a turkey shoot. Simple waiting for a repeat. It's not happening. Bit going to get naded. And they've already wrapped wide upon him. He's never going to get that plant. And Simple's not going to get anything.
Well, he'll make you eat your words a little bit, Jason.
Yeah.
He gets
We'll
one, but the
it.
round gone. Yeah, okay, all right. All right, we'll give it to him. Referee, give 1 point to Simple. But now 5 in a row for Gambit. Perhaps if they started on the CT side, we'd have a different storyline in this game. But again, it's their map choice. Inferno. Map number 2 this time. Shiro looking toward the top side of middle. Boomich was there but didn't reveal himself as he just put a flashbang down toward the Xbox instead. Oh, Shiro's got Boomich down.
These ops for both sides have been so good. At least just picking one player off. To the B-bomb site we go, but it's a very powerful defense. Open window, blinded, enters, goes down. Shiro gonna go for the repeat. That might have been the only chance he's got. He's gonna go back, and Perfecto puts him down. That is the all-important kill, and it opens up this flank from Electronic. He can go for the big flank, dropping down, or come back towards mid. Either way, Gambit's got a desperate 3v4 retake.
Nade into the closet. Bit will cop the brunt of that damage as he was sitting there and unable to go anywhere else. Navi trying to win out this game. They're going to do it finally by getting the bomb down in B. It took them 5 rounds in a row of trying to do so, but Jason, they get there, and we have map 1 done already.
Yeah, they had all day. Listen, I don't care about the little run at the end from Gambit. That is an incredibly dominant victory from Navi. I love what we just saw to the Navi side of things. That was a confident half. That was great showing from Bit and Perfecto over at that B-bomb site early on in the first half. And Jesus, I mean, you give yourself a 15-3 lead, 12 map points. There's no chance of comebacks.
Yeah, that's going to actually potentially ruffle Gambit. As you said, 5 timeouts used in the first half alone. They've won the last 3 engagements between these two, so yeah, definitely Gambit was not expecting this coming into it, and we'll send it back over to the desk to see what they thought about this map pick and performance from Gambit.